And it looked like Kevin Stefanski is definitely not making any changes at the quarterback position. He has gone viral from taking some digs at not only Shedeur Sanders, pretty much all the fans, guys, for this. Now, today was another media day for Cleveland Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski, and for whatever damn reason, he made it his business to open up his damn press conference, letting everybody know, bruh, I'm sticking with Dylan. Now, we know Dylan Gabriel played horrendously bad. I mean, hella bad. I mean, it don't get no better than this. Dude is missing wide open players. And
Kevin Stefanski recently made a revelation on Shedeur Sanders' future that is so ridiculous it makes reality TV seem dull. I'm referring to the kind of epiphany that causes you to pause, rewind, and wonder if your ears are functioning properly. You're going to be taken by surprise in the most hilarious way imaginable if you believe you've figured out Shedeur's next move. This could be the most bizarre turn of events in football history, so stay tuned.
How do you combat that as an offense? Whether you're Dylan or the offense line, how do you combat that?
Well, I think philosophically there's different beliefs in how you rush the passer. Ask Coach Schwartz about, if you want them batting a bunch of balls or do you want them rushing the passer. So there's a give and take. We have Shelby, obviously, who's a master at it. So there's a way to rush the passer and have that innate sense of when to get your hand up to match the quarterback's hand. So been around a lot of guys that do it really well. Certainly they have a group that's very aware, both at the defensive line level and at linebacker and safety level, aware ball.
Kevin Stefanski has now committed to his decision with the ferocity of a Vegas gambler who thinks blackjack is more than just a game, it's a world view. Just when it seemed like the drama couldn't get any more intense, shockwaves are rocking the football world, or at least the part of the internet that treats Twitter like a full contact sport.
His point, he's intentionally trying to get fired at this point. I am convinced that he's trying to get fired. He is not making a change of quarterback. Guy, listen.
Yes, it does. But I just want to make the point that we just have to be better in every area, and we'll look at everything we do, including, how we're putting these guys in position to succeed. Are we doing enough? When I say looking at every position, are we doing enough with the quarterback position? Do we need to do a better job? And I think I know the answer is yes.
The man isn't reading the room, blinking, pausing, or even glancing around to see if there's a somewhat better option nearby. No, he is traveling with Dylan Gabriel as if that were the Titanic sole life raft, not merely riding behind him, clinging to him as if someone had taped a winning lottery ticket inside his jersey.
Quarterbacks have ups and downs, and you never really know what they're. It's like, Kevin, just answer the stinking question.
I don't know that he could. I don't know that he looked at it and was like, oh, yeah.
So he just didn't want to lie?
I just don't know that he had an actual answer of like, this is where Dylan's gotten better. If I were to ask you that, where do you think Dylan's gotten better in the 5 weeks?
He put his whole ass under a 22-yard pass.
I saw people online trying to tell me that the all-22 clip shows a much better angle.
Yeah.
There's no angle of that's just going to make that look good.
Is it from the ground up?
It was from behind, and it was like, see, look, he puts it in the only place that Jerry Jeudy could have caught it. Only place my ass. Jerry came back for the damn ball.
Also, by the way,
what are you talking about?
It was a loud, obvious statement that most likely kept someone in the PR department up at night. Sanders is not going to start. Not right now, not anytime soon, not even if the laws of physics break down.
Sure, for a quick minute. I do want to talk about Shedeur too, because that's a hot topic. But with Dylan Gabriel right now, I mean, you're starting five. He's started 5 games now. Stefanski said after the game that he's going to plan on starting Dylan Gabriel, and then he tried to kind of divert it and say, well, he's a rookie, and we just got to be better on offense. The offense has got to do things better. I get it, but it's this whole crappy, stupid coaching talk. He's more than likely going to start because Stefanski said he would, unless Stefanski gets fired tomorrow.
And somewhere, a group of supporters yelled into microwaves, believing there was a direct connection to the head coach's skull. The grand master plan, it seems, is to develop Shedeur, which sounds like one of those ambiguous job titles that employers use when they want you to do everything for a minimum salary. Make him into what? A robotic quarterback with laser-like accuracy? A star? A prodigy? Who knows? We just know that development is the plan, and each of us is expected to nod as though we have received a scientific briefing. Dylan is learning, though. I'm committed because I already purchased him a notebook. The fact that this has evolved into a scientific case study is the most amusing aspect. Individuals are analyzing body language as if they were investigating a criminal case. Shedeur is 98% likely to transfer to another galaxy, according to someone who zoomed in on a 3-second clip of him changing his helmets.
Daryl Ryder yesterday said, Kevin, what progress have you seen from Dylan Gabriel? What areas have you seen drastic improvement? Okay, this is an opportunity for your head coach to go ahead and highlight some things about your rookie quarterback that you insist upon shoving down our freaking throats, and tell us what you see from Dylan Gabriel that you take away as a positive. Because we don't see it, obviously. That's why Daryl's asking this question. We don't see it. We don't see the improvement. We don't see the positives for Dylan Gabriel. So what are they? And here's how Kevin answered, or, rather did not answer that question.
Someone else, meanwhile, believes that Dylan and Stefanski have a psychic accord since Shedeur blinked too slowly and they once bumped fists. A library could be filled with conspiracy theories that lead to actual turmoil. Compared to political groups, the fan base has divided into factions more violently. On one side, the Trust the Coach group is sitting up straight with their matching foam fingers, grinning awkwardly and advising everyone to have patience, since growth takes time. These are the same individuals who believe they are engaged in agriculture when they water a plant just once. Then there's the Start Shedeur or Society Collapses Club, where people are prepared to battle over quarterback rankings with strangers in supermarkets. They consider it an act of war if someone says Dylan is all right. And in the midst of it all, Stefanski is sitting there like a man who has staked his whole retirement savings on the words, "Trust me, it'll work." The dramatic assurance and complete certainty are the best parts. You would assume that Dylan Gabriel spirals were the answer to world hunger, although it appears that he's going for an invisible receiver that only he can see with some of his throws. It is merely a technical improvement. He does occasionally hold the ball long enough for opponents to send postcards home before the sack, but that's known as learning the system.
I've said some things, all right? Some of which I've taken back, most of which I haven't taken back. Fairness, I haven't taken anything back. This being said, you have a chance to do something on Sunday, and you can really go down two roads. One involves trying to play a game commensurate with winning and keeping the game close. The other has a possibility to turn into a blowout. And if it turns into a blowout, the blood will be on your hands. So when this comes to Sunday's game, do not abandon the run and do not have Dylan Gabriel throw.
Additionally, he occasionally launches a deep ball that is so crazily off course that pigeons flee. However, that is the process of growth. Anyone who questions it is ignorant of football science. Shedeur's future is viewed as a prophecy in the meantime. In group conversations, fans mutter it as if they're organizing a revolution. It's all right. He's being developed. Some say it with optimism. Some utter it with their teeth gritted. Some say it as if they're trying to talk themselves out of screaming. In practice footage, Shedeur consistently launches a picture-perfect laser. Fans rewatch it 12 times as if they were deciphering ancient scripture in slow motion, frame by frame. Someone will inevitably say, and this isn't the starter because. This is followed by 1,000 likes and one response that says, trust the system. The internet immediately jeers at that. Next query? Yes, transitions are also crazy. Stefanski is talking about offensive strategy like a mathematician solving an equation one moment, and then he nonchalantly says, we're sticking to Dylan, causing half of the reporters to momentarily forget how to blink. The room was filled with a whirlwind of thoughts that you could hear. Every journalist was thinking of crafting a headline in fluorescent red letters somewhere in their thoughts.
Gabriel, that we know is going to give us a better chance of scoring some points on offense so we can pin our ears back with Myles Garrett and go play some defense. Put him out there. You keep on putting Dylan Gabriel out there, and the offense does the same exact thing every single week. Yeah. Nothing changes. Yeah. He has one good quarter a week, and he has 2 good throws a game. Nothing changes. It doesn't. Put Shedeur out there and see what Shedeur does. If anything, like we just talked about Brian Daboll, if Shedeur comes out there and he balls out and he plays lights out, you might not get fired in a couple weeks neither.
Not to be overlooked is the analyst's entertainment value. This plot is being devoured by every talking head like a Thanksgiving turkey. Stefanski is being referred to by some as a long-term strategist and brilliant intellect. He is being referred to by others as an obstinate tactician who ignores reality. Some believe Dylan will either become the next great quarterback or have a stunning breakdown. Since the intermediate option is not dramatic enough for television, it is not permitted. Shedeur stands there like the most courteous storm cloud on the roster, acting as the unstated center of gravity throughout it all. Just his presence exerts pressure. He's frustrated if he doesn't smile. It is literally impossible for the man to breathe without creating mental anarchy. And poor Dylan. Every time he completes a pass, people rejoice as if the stock market had recovered. You can almost hear fingers slamming keyboards throughout the nation every time he makes a mistake. The pressure to play quarterback is insufficient. Instead, he must now outrun the ghost of the quarterback that everyone desires. Difficult scenario.
Watching this Stefanski press conference after the Cleveland Browns lost to the Steelers today, 23-9. Dylan Gabriel threw 52 pass attempts, 6 sacks, average of 4 yards per pass. Stefanski has zero intention on putting Shedeur Sanders in any game this season. He said he's confident in his guy. He's a tough guy. He's going to be do or die with Dylan Gabriel.
People are now making up fantasy timelines since the situation has gotten so bad. Stefanski is a visionary if Dylan performs well. During a fourth-quarter comeback in Week 11, Shedeur emerges as Dylan's savior and rises like a phoenix. The prophecy is realized if Dylan is harmed. Everyone says they saw it coming from day one if Shedeur eventually begins and plays well. If he performs poorly, people will act as though they have always backed Dylan. The internet is writing their victory speeches regardless of what occurs, along with Stefanski. Stefanski is doubling down like he's averse to changing his viewpoint, which is unfortunate. The man is dedicated. He would still respond, "That's inspiring," but Dylan has the notebook. Even if you offered him a crystal ball that showed a broadcast of a future championship with Shedeur starting. Shedeur is being developed by us. He would still be hesitant if foreigners invaded and demanded the starting quarterback, considering the potential impact on Dylan's development. The word is being used for everything by fans. Dylan launches himself into triple coverage, development, false start, perplexity, timeout, and development. On a scoreboard graphic, someone spelled Tuesday incorrectly. Growth. At this point, half of the comments would say, no big deal if someone dropped their Gatorade. They're growing.
If you keep on throwing Dylan Gabriel out there, you're going to get fired in a couple weeks. That is what's going to happen. And then you know what's going to happen? That assistant coach that comes up in there, you're going to be like, Shedeur, you ready? Because he going to be looking for Shedeur to go out there and play well. Dylan Gabriel has had his chance, and he shows us every week that he's not ready. It does not mean he's not going to be a solid quarterback in the league, but right now, you're not ready. We're going to get this other young fella an opportunity to go play. But I'm so tired of hearing Stefanski stand up there and act like you don't even want to talk about a player on your team. That's what I don't. That's what I don't like. This dude is on your team.
This irony, however, tastes like comic gold. By failing to start him, all of this instability has simply increased Shedeur's relevance. By sticking with Dylan, the buzz doubled. The pressure increased threefold. The fan base disintegrated like they were witnessing a season finale because they insisted on progression. Congratulations if Stefanski desired attention. The mission was achieved. Suddenly, even those who haven't watched a football game in 5 years are passionate about it. It resembles a soap drama, but with fewer relationship ultimatums and more shoulder pads. Now that we think about it, though, it's likely that some defensive coaches dispute with quarterbacks more dramatically than any TV drama. And the timetable that lies ahead will undoubtedly be pure entertainment. We will have the victory lap parade if Dylan throws out. We get the quarterback revolution if he falters. Eventually, the camera will be pointing at him. The time will arrive. The plot is set for next week, next month, or when dinosaurs make a comeback. And the internet will explode so wildly that Twitter will need a day off to calm down as soon as he starts, even if it's just for a single snap.
He would have been played Shedeur. Brian Daboll was like, you know what? I might lose my job. Here, Jackson Dart. Like, if you think you're gonna lose your job, you do move off of the Cats. So Shedeur Sanders is Kevin Stefanski's ace in the hole. The reason Stefanski's not playing Shedeur in my mind is because his job is safe. James, I look at it like this. Jimmy Haslam, Kevin Stefanski, they're on one accord. Andrew Berry, general manager, he views it differently. I think Andrew Berry, the general manager, he wants Shedeur. That's why he drafted him. I think Jimmy Haslam and Kevin Stefanski, they're cool with whatever Kevin Stefanski does.
But till then, please fasten your seatbelt. We are currently living in the Dylan period. Later, Shedeur, ignoring anything and believing anything. The most hilarious thing of all is that everyone will act as though they anticipated Shedeur's rise to power. I knew he had it all along. I was aware of the strategy. I gave it a name right away. Additionally, each press conference will fuel the conspiracy fire with 5 gallons of gasoline. Indeed, Kevin Stefanski revealed exactly what his supporters did not want to hear. We're all emotionally strapped onto the most dramatic quarterback roller coaster in the world right now. No one requested it, no one is ready for it, and additionally, no one is leaving the ride. Development is still ongoing. Dylan takes the lead. Shedeur's waiting. In group conversations, fans rage. Analysts act as though they telepathic. Stefanski maintains the line with unwavering determination.
And Jimmy Haslam said during training camp that you knew that seeing both young quarterbacks at some point this season was important. So just where is Shedeur at as far as his development? And do you have a timetable of when you would take a look at him?
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to speculate, Daryl. We're committed to getting better as an offense. Dylan is certainly committing to improving every which way he can, and all the while, all of our players, young players, are developing and working so hard behind the scenes to.
This narrative is far from over. So welcome to the world's greatest football storyline. Particularly now that the term "they're developing him" has emerged as the football dictionary's most emotionally charged phrase. Every fresh practice footage is essentially handled as a government document that has been compromised. Let's also discuss how everyone is now an authority on quarterback development. People who used to think a blitz was a laundry detergent are now giving master classes on quarterback mechanics. In the meantime, fans of fantasy football have definitely gone crazy. Anyone who drafts Shedeur is constantly on watch, as if they were responsible for keeping the nuclear code safe. The opposing group is purchasing Shedeur equipment as though they are starting a resistance effort. One incorrect remark might turn tailgates into history documentaries. Additionally, on live TV, experts are almost reading Stefanski's thoughts. He's acting strategically. He's making a grave error. He is awaiting the bi-weekly. He's demonstrating his argument.
Not see the field while Stefanski is the head coach unless Dylan Gabriel gets injured or something dramatic happens, like he throws 50 more passes for 200 yards again. There's no way. Even if that, he's still not going to put Shedeur Sanders in the game. If you look at the press conference that just happened, he's going with his guys, do or die. There's no way in hell that he's going to put Shedeur Sanders in the game.
The amusing thing is that someone will always say they were correct, regardless of what occurs subsequently. If Dylan is successful, the faithful will say, "We told you." The rebels will emerge from the ashes and declare, "We were the chosen ones all along," if Shedeur eventually sees his power. The internet might just collapse due to confusion if both manage to play well. However, the most dramatic conclusion to all of this isn't even implausible, and the cameras will zoom in as soon as he does, because the true beauty of this quarterback story is in that. There is only enjoyment and no losing outcome. Dylan's dominance makes the plot reward loyalty. The plot gets flawless if Shedeur takes over later. If both fail, the drama wins prizes. Ultimately, Stefanski is more than just a football coach. The best improvised TV program the sport has ever seen is being conducted by him. Fans are yelling, pacing, fighting, overanalyzing, praying, and refreshing Twitter as if it owes them rent, just like with all great franchises.